Hello and welcome to this episode of Marc Reads Books. Today we're going to read Peppa's School Project. It's the end of the day at Peppa's playground. For your school project, I want you to go home and make a castle, says Madame Gazelle. Use your imagination and make it big and fantastic. Can we use glitter? Asks Susie Sheep. Not too much glitter, it gets everywhere, says Madame Gazelle. The next morning, Peppa is eating breakfast. I'm doing a school project, says Peppa. I need to make a castle. Well, why don't you stick these yogurt pots on this cereal box, says Daddy Pig. No, Daddy, it has to be good, says Peppa. I see, replies Daddy Pig. Over at Susie's house, Susie and Mummy Sheep are looking at the computer. Are you sure Madame Gazelle told you to make a real fairy palace? Asks Mummy Sheep. Yes, says Susie, with all the little fiddly bits. Right, says Mummy Sheep. I think I'll have to stay at home today. Back at Peppa's house, Peppa draws a picture of the castle she wants to make. But it needs to be big enough for me to live in it, says Peppa. All right, we'll need to find a big cardboard box then, says Mummy Pig. Just then the doorbell rings. Ding dong. Mr. Zebra is at the door with a delivery. It's just a light bulb, says Daddy Pig, opening up the big box. Why do they use so much packaging? Shall I take the box away? Asks Mr. Zebra. No, shouts Peppa, we need it for my project. After Mr. Zebra leaves, Mummy and Daddy Pig starts making Peppa's castle. Peppa calls Susie on the phone. How's your school project going? Asks Peppa. It's going very well, says Susie. Mummy Sheep puts on a tower on the palace. No, it needs to be more pointy, Mummy, says Susie. How is your castle going? Asks Susie. Oh, it's really hard work, says Peppa, but Mummy and Daddy are helping a teeny tiny bit. What do you think of this tower, Peppa? Asks Daddy Pig. It looks too cardboardy, says Peppa. Well, I need to get on with my work now. Goodbye, Susie, says Peppa. Daddy Pig has painted the castle so it doesn't look cardboardy anymore. Says Peppa. It just needs one more thing. Glitter. No, not glitter, cries Daddy Pig. The next morning, Peppa and her friends have brought their castles to the playgroup. Susie's fairy castle is very glittery. Wendy Wolf's castle is very glittery. Candy Cat's castle is very glittery. And Emily Elephant's castle is also very glittery. My castle is made out of a cardboard box and lots of glitter, says Peppa. Well, it's a very fine castle, says Madame Gazelle, and very sparkly. Now Madame Gazelle is very glittery as well. So is Peppa. Even Mummy Pig is very glittery. Everyone is very glittery. Isn't it wonderful what children can make using only their imaginations, says Madame Gazelle. And my castle is big enough for me to live in, says Peppa. Peppa loves school projects. Everyone loves school projects, especially the glittery ones. Thank you for watching this episode of Marc Reads Books. If you enjoy these videos, then please consider subscribing. See you in the next one.